Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for everybody's favorite segment in the IWC, and it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week. So Dave Meltzer discusses who is Booker of the Year so far in 2025. And what's hilarious to me is, but it's like, you know, they could edit that out. They probably make these in CapCut or whatever. They're making their own shorts. And it just makes Dave look hilarious and foolish and goofy, even in their own reels or TikToks or whatever you want to call this. Either way, Meltzer discusses who is Booker of the Year so far in 2025. A, we're like a quarter into the year, and B, it's irrefutable. You know, it's not even a question. Now, Dave can give his opinion, but I'm the objective observer. Meanwhile, his eyes are closed. He looks like Brock from Pokemon grown up. Anyways,
I never would have said this even like 2 months ago, but it's like, and it's funny because obviously everyone knows how much it means to him, but.
And WWE was featured in the Tadums. I'm seeing that in chat. I'm watching that once I'm done this, and I need to get out of here, to be honest, but I love you all, so we're getting Dusty Dave.
Said this even like 2 months ago, but it's like, and it's funny because obviously everyone knows how much it means to him. But
why wouldn't you edit that out of the clip? And it's like, but I mean, listen to this again.
I never would have said this even like 2 months ago, but it's like, and it's funny because it's funny because why wouldn't you edit the "but it's like" out of there? Obviously everyone knows how much it means to him, but I really think that Tony's winning Booker of the Year, at least for the first 6 months. For the first 6 months of this year, I would say.
Yeah, actually, I'm fine. January, February, March, April, May, first 6 months. I mean, we're 5 months deep, so we're just over a quarter, almost halfway into the year, I guess. We could go that far to say that. But yeah, I don't know. Dave is cooked, and he's saying Tony's winning. How, though? Like, based on what? Because you gave their matches more stars? Like, you're just a big Ospreay fan? He's dead. He has shark eyes. He has pill brain shark eyes. He's dead behind the eyes, you know? He has shark brain eyes.
Easily. I mean, we got 6 more months.
Easily, he says. Easily? What? Easily. He's Booker of the Year. Oh, my God. Holy.
Half the year, 7 months.
They booked a Lucha TNA show that outdrew Tony Khan's one of the greatest events, they're saying, of all time in AEW history.
Actually. But it really hit me watching these Dynamites the last few weeks that it's just like.
They've been terrible. They've not been good. And Dave is going to sit here and say the booking. So who wins the matches, or who is like the storylines and how they're doing more vignettes and more promo battles? So you like sports entertainment, WWE stuff, and that edges out Booker the year for you. Like, Dave's just not consistent. He's a clown.
Man, this booking is better than the other guys. And it hadn't been the case for
the other guys, like Hog Wrestling or GCW. GCW outdrew you. Who's the other guys? Like TNA? Who are you guys competing with? I don't get it.
For a long time in my mind.
In my mind. In your distorted, psychotic Judas in my mind.
You know, results wise, I don't know that WWE is going up. They're way ahead, but AEW is going up.
The key demo was down 40%, Dave, year over year. So is that 40% of people they're all watching on Max? They all just watch Dynamite on Max, Dave? WWE's not going up. That's why they keep raising the ticket prices and they sell out these Europe tours, and they're never going to stop doing this until they stop doing massive sellouts everywhere, Dave. And AEW's going up how? Because All In is drawing less than what SmackDowns do every other week. Meanwhile, All In, according to you, has the record of the largest attended show ever, but for some reason it's drawing as much as like Revolution did when Sting retired, Dave.
Now, I mean, I say that after the rating on Wednesday, which is another story, but
no, it's always another story.
But I still feel like, that they are. I feel like
feel like that, but it's not reality. So there's feels over reels, Dave. So I don't care how you feel about it. Like that's the thing. It doesn't matter that I fucking like Kenny Omega and I like his matches and shit, and I think he can put on good matches with guys. Objectively, it ain't working, or he needs to work more, and he's cringe on promos and shit. Just objectively, right? I have to admit both things, Dave. There's real and feels. I feel I can feel like MJF is better than he's showing on the show, but he's only as good as he's showing on what's real is what the show is showing me. Fuck.
Real upswing in interest.
There's a real upswing in interest. Why? How? Where does that come from? There's no evidence behind an upswing in interest. Now they're doing residencies to 900 people each show in Chicago, where they would do 12,000 people and had one of the greatest returns in the history of wrestling, CM Punk. So where is the upswing? Where's the interest level compared to when Punk was there like 2 years ago? It's like non-existent in comparison. So how it's up now from when? Like they're doing some of their worst ratings and shit. I don't know about all that. We have some clips. Look at this, man. This person doesn't even follow me. And they made a Dave Meltzer flute Pied Piper art. Like how fucking amazing is that? It's just catching on like wildfire. I love it. Oh, I shouldn't have got rid of that, but I'll find it again. Dave Meltzer. Let's take a listen to this.
Worldwide, but the and that's by their claim.
We're Andrew Jackass.
Yeah. So hold on. Anyway,
so he's getting a call.
Let me just get this.
I'll mute you here for a moment or turn it off. Got it?
Got it.
All right.
Okay. So anyway, so the thing with
if you study the business, you would know not to keep your phone on, Dave.
Yours, worldwide, but the and that's by their claim.
We're Andrew Jackass.
Yeah. So
someone, did you guys hear that? Someone named Andrew Jackass in his phone that he has labeled in his phone Andrew Jackass. Call from Andrew Jackass. So whoever that is knows what Dave thinks of them now, unless it's a joke, but hilarious.
Hold on. Anyway, let me just get this.
I'll mute you here for a moment or turn it off. Got it?
Got it.
All right.
Okay. So anyway, we're yours.
What is he doing? Let me just turn this off. What is it attached to your belt buckle? Like, what the fuck? Jesus Christ, man. So Dave Meltzer just putting his foot in his goddamn mouth. So here is Dave Meltzer coping over Alberto Del Rio for signing Del Rio, which they never signed him. They absorbed his old fucking contract. Dave, why do I know more about this than you? It's disturbing. Chat, $15.99 on my Discord. I'm dropping news and spoilers. No, Dave, if you studied the business, you know how this works. You would understand how it works when UFC absorbs. Oh, I study MMA and MMA. I mean, he always wants to talk MMA. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
All right, Alberto.
Okay. Also, so the AEW number.
We'll get to that. But what's up with Alberto?
They did a big angle today with Alberto and El Vikingo. Not El Hijo del Vikingo, but the father. They were on some show, and Alberto beat him up. And I guess I haven't seen the angle. I'll look for it. But apparently it was very convincing because a lot of people, thought it was like, the Letterman and Andy Kaufman and Jerry Lawler thing 43 years ago, where, they did the angle. And I don't want to say everybody thought it was real because a lot of people didn't. I think even most people didn't. But whatever it was, it's being reported in a lot of places that this is not staged. And, they've got that match on Saturday at Juan de la Barrera Gym. So,
just like when Alberto was fined in Tijuana and suspended from Tijuana. They're fucking working. He's a heel, bro. It's all been a work.
Interesting. Alberto is, that's the basic story is that angle has gotten much, much mainstream publicity with people thinking that it's maybe real, and it's being reported in many places as Israel.
Israel? It's being reported as Israel. Dave, why didn't you watch the fucking clip? It's being reported as it Israel. Dave, it's wrestling. They fucking are working, and it's always been a work. Same with when they're like, oh, Alberto threw chairs at fans, and then you see the video, and it's like, he's working.
Even though obviously it's not. That's building up that their show on Saturday. But the other thing in Mexico is that they're saying that the match is staged, and the Saturday match, and that they already know who's winning. So that's been the negative of the angle, and I think this is to combat.
Yeah, well, he nailed it on the head there. This is to combat that. Yeah, exactly.
I think that's part of the reason they did it, is to go, there's a real fight, and these guys really hate each other, and how is Alberto going to do a job in this situation, when like, the stakes are this high, he ain't going to let Vikingo's son beat him. So it sounds like it was about as successful as it's going to be. After that giant faux pas where...
A giant faux pas. It's not a giant faux pas. This made media way more than that graphic, Dave. You and the sickos that you don't have blocked, the mentally ill few that you don't have blocked, all freaked out about it, and your message board did. Okay? The mainstream news is talking about what he did to El Hio's dad, and that's how they counteracted that. Okay? And it's just you fucking dirt sheet marks who don't know shit about WWE just jumping at headlines about WWE.
Really believe that as long as we don't put it on Netflix in Mexico, no one's going to know. I mean, everyone knows. So
they believe if they didn't put it on, like now he just adds this part. No one's going to know. It's not about no one knowing, Dave Meltzer. Fuck, they understand how the internet works. You don't. You don't even know Google Analytics work, bro.
There is telecommunications in Mexico, I'm afraid.
I think that,
and especially in 2025, I hear.
Yeah. I think that's a mistake that probably they won't make again. Yeah, it's not a killer mistake. It's
just the way he talks about it, like it was some fucking, like,
all
it was
Alberto.
He talks about it like fucking Kyle Fletcher powerbombed Adam Cole's head on the apron after he's had multiple concussions where he couldn't even hear and think, and he was dizzy and he's seeing weird lights and shit. You think Dave would be more outraged about that than fucking this dumb? Oh, they showed a graphic. They botched a graphic. That's what that is chalked up to, you fucking idiot. So here's Dave upset that Lola Vice, who's Cuban, by the way, and very proud of it, by the way, is on the Worlds Collide poster because she's not Mexican. Dave, the wrestling media could not be any more unserious. I feel sorry for Brian. I mean, I don't even know what to tell you. He's losing his goddamn mind.
The best guy's Tony Khan.
Is he upset? Why didn't he bring up that Stephanie's Chilean?
Brian.
So he doesn't really give a fuck about this stuff. That's just dumb little anecdotal, like sixth grader. Oh man, and she's not from Mexico. She's a Latina, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you?
We had Ava meeting with Stephanie, said she needed a tag partner for Worlds Collide. Lola Vice walked up, offered to be her partner. We had Jada.
You know what's so cool about that? You don't know? The only woman from NXT on the poster for that card, besides Stephanie, was Lola Vice.
How about that?
Yeah. He goes, you know what's cool about that? Brian's like, I don't even want to hear it. Go ahead. We're trying to get through this. Oh, it's Lola Vice.
Yeah, I mean, it's like...
Well, she was clearly going to be on the show one way or the other. It's Lola Vice.
And here's the problem, Dave. If you watch the show, they've shown Lola Vice in the... Oh, we have Latino talent here in WWE. They've been fucking showing her as a part of it the whole time.
Vice, for crying out loud.
There's no... Why would she be on the show?
Because she's
Cuban.
Hispanic. Cuban.
She's Cuban. Cuban isn't Mexican.
It's Worlds
Oh my god, dude. Come on, man.
Collide, Dave. We got all sorts of...
It's AAA.
All of these worlds.
It's AAA.
Isn't Mexican.
It's Worlds Collide, Dave. We got all sorts
It's AAA.
All of these worlds are colliding.
It's AAA versus WWE.
So Lola Vice works for WWE. Dave, you dumb motherfucker.
Bags and lily pickers.
You stupid dumb son of a bitch.
Baby, learn. Meltzer Inferno.
You dumb, stupid idiot.
Stupid idiot.
What the fuck, man?
Well, Stephanie,
I'm like speechless.
not Mexican either.
That's what I mean. They're so like, they're so worried. This is just such like, what are you even talking about?
It's AAA versus WWE.
Well, Stephanie's not Mexican either.
No, but she was a star in Mexico.
Lola's going to be a star in Mexico.
We don't know that.
We don't know that. Oh my God. We don't know that.
All right, we had Jaden Tatum Pack. We had.
Holy fuck, Dave. What do you think they're doing with her? Oh my God, bro. That's crazy. That is fucking insane, man. Dave Meltzer had this to say about Mariah May joining WWE. He says, it's the same situation with Stephanie Vaquer. Where she would have made more money, elsewhere. In Vaquer's case, a lot more. But their dream was WWE. WWE counts on that. They can only sign people if it's their dream. Like, it's so stupid. As the same reason they got May and Vaquer. Like, he tries to undermine. They just count on that. It's not like they give more money or they just count on that and don't really no, Dave, there's more reasons than that you might want to go to WWE because of the belief they would value a WrestleMania moment above a larger paycheck or a bigger push. Oh, sorry. So Vaquer is also the same reason they didn't get Will Ospreay and Okada because of the belief they would value a WrestleMania moment above a larger. Oh yeah. Those WrestleMania moments, those don't get you richer or in the mainstream or get you fucking movie roles or crazy. The cope is fucking just palpable. And then Dave Meltzer goes on to give John Cena versus R-Truth at Saturday night's main event a 1.25 star rating, which is just insane because he gives his star ratings for Double or Nothing, and they go as follows. Bane, Ford, Anna Jay, and Cameron. He didn't rate it, so there you go. Fox, Bandito, and Titan Del Air versus RPG, Vice, and Crew. Got a 4.25. One of the greatest matches of all time happened on the pre-show, folks. That's ever happened in the history of wrestling in Meltzer's mind. Monet versus Hayter got a 4.5. FTR versus Garcia and McGuinness got a 4.5. Ricochet, Briscoe in a stretcher match got a 4.5. And Okada, Bailey got a 4.5. So in Dave's mind, Monet, FTR, Garcia, Ricochet, Briscoe, and Okada and Bailey were 4 of the greatest matches to have ever happened in pro wrestling history. And they're all the same level of match. You guys get it? Like that FTR match was as good as the Okada one. How? How could that even be possible? Hurt Syndicate and Sons of Texas, a 3.5. Tony Storm versus Mina, 4. Anarchy in the Arena, a 5. What a cuck, a 2. Don Callis Family versus Paragon, 3.75. And Will Ospreay versus Hangman, a 5.5.
The best guy's Tony Khan.
People go, oh, if you care about his ratings, the problem is that he tries to claim they're objective. And so I hate that. And so I roast them. And I'm allowed to because he claims they're not just his preference stars. Okay. He tries to say that it's based on how the crowd moves. That's the only criteria he's ever given us. So apparently Okada and Bailey, the crowd was moving and hotter than that than for Rock and Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18. It's either that or Dave's just liar. Fucking liar. Anyways, in our final clip of the night here, Dynamite Dave said that WWE should leave AEW alone. And he brings up 3,000 tickets. So again, he's like doing some 30% shit in his head, but they should just leave us alone. Please leave AEW alone. Leave it alone.
I mean, it's like for WWE doing one NXT show at the 2,300 Arena a year. I think it's a great idea. The fact they're doing it that week, I mean, it's like, okay, I get it. But it's like, I don't really anticipate that they hurt AEW much, if at all. I don't think at all, really, on Sunday. Based on the stuff I'm seeing, I don't really see a sign that they hurt them at all. Even if it's cost them 3,000 or 4,000 buys or 5,000 buys. Even if you did, you're going to probably cost yourself more.
You're going to cost yourself more. Why? How would it cost you more? And why did he say, it's going to take 3,000 ticket buys, 3,000 pay-per-view sales? What 30% did you extrapolate? What happened there, Dave? What did you times by 30 to get to that number?
We're just losing by the fact that, a lot of your viewers are probably going to watch the pay-per-view. It's a higher profile show. So it's like, I don't, and again, what's like, we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars when it comes to these companies a year. WWE's $1 billion, but AEW is going to gross $250 million this year.
AEW is going to gross $250 million this year. Like, even if that TV deal is 180 million, 185 million or whatever, where do we get that, all that extra 250? Where do they gross that? They fucking, you guys parade around their rare times they do $1 million gates. It's like rare that they do that. So like, what the fuck?
Probably, maybe more.
Maybe more
They're
than
worth,
$250 million with a
whatever
B,
they're
dude.
worth, whatever they're worth. I mean, but it's like a little bit of, and the cons are worth, the last I looked, like 11, 12 billion. Costing them 3,000 buys on a pay-per-view, if they even did. It's like, this isn't Jim Crockett Promotions. You know what I mean? I mean, it worked for Jim Crockett Promotions because it kept them off pay-per-view. I mean, it's,
And then look at the top. We're not Jim Crockett. We're not going to take that shit. Right, Tony? Look at Dave just parroting like a good little parrot boy. Isn't that right, Parrot Meltzer? You just parrot what your little boss says? Got you on a leash? This isn't Jim Crockett. Bro, you don't get it. It's a petty bitch war now, because that's what you goofballs made it, is a petty bitch war. Now they're going to pettier bitches than you. That's what WWE does. That's what they've always done. Get it? Got it? Good.
I mean, it's a completely different animal. And it's just, they do it because that's what they do. I get it. It's history.
And like the 12 billion, okay, that's not all Tony's money. And I don't think AEW will ever go out of business either. But yeah, if they can embarrass them, they're going to try and embarrass them. The way AEW keeps trying to embarrass WWE, and the way AEW tried to embarrass WWE on TNA TV, and the way AEW tried to embarrass GCW with the Matt Cardona stuff. And there's countless, and they tried to embarrass CM Punk by playing that footage. And in the end, they just embarrass themselves, just like you, Dave.
This is what we do with competition. But it's like,
And this is what I do with competition. Embarrass them. I let them embarrass themselves. I just react to it.
It's they're getting the same TV money no matter what. And if you want to do something to hurt them, this is my advice. If you really want to hurt them.
Yeah, Dave. Yeah, they know they're getting the same TV money no matter what. That's why they doing a show in the same building. They're trying to blow the building up. They're trying to blow up the market. Or have people go, I went to WWE. I'm not going to this other shit. Or they want people to see the WWE show, go to the AEW one, see which one's better, and go, yeah, I like this WWE shit better. So they went directly to the live market. That's like, you're so dumb. He doesn't get the fucking business. I don't get it. He doesn't study I study the business. It's like Brendan Schaub. You just fucking say shit, and then you're actually the opposite of what you say. It's like the craziest thing, man.
Leave him alone, because when you do this, it probably starts making the company a babyface, which AEW has not been. And I've felt more that it's a babyface in the last couple of weeks than I felt in since Punk left, probably.
AEW wasn't the babyface. Like, how delusional is Dave? AEW wasn't the babyface when Punk left. They were the heels. The guys who went out. Listen to how delusional Dave is. Let's hear that one more time. Holy fuck.
Leave him alone, because when you do this, it probably starts making the company a babyface, which AEW has not been. And I've felt more that it's a babyface in the last couple of weeks than I felt.
No, it's not a babyface the last couple of weeks.
Felt in since Punk left, probably.
He felt like they were the babyface when Punk left? Oh my God, bro. Like, this is delusional, bro.
Just made the list. You what?
Bro, everybody agrees that AEW, they got booed out of the building in an empty building while fucking the Bucks were doing a victory lap being booed, and they were clowned and humiliated for that shit forever. That's what made them the ultimate irreversible, irredeemable heels in everyone's mind when they got rid of Punk and had the Bucks do that victory lap bullshit for Jack Perry. That made them the heels for eternity, bro. And you're like, oh, they haven't been the baby faces since Punk left. What the fuck, man? You guys have a weird and twisted world of perspective. Just leave them alone, though. Dave just wants everyone to leave AEW alone, man, because they can't handle the fucking heat anymore. It's just the truth, man. And that was Dave Meltzer's dumb moment of the week.